Hey guys, we're back with another video. This time we're actually cooking. So pretty much I'm about to prep and do my seitan, or prepare my seitan, which is a protein, and you probably should Google it to get the full details exactly of what it is. But right now I'm just putting my olive oil in the pan and I'm adding my mushroom. So the next steps are to combine all of the dry ingredients that we spoke of earlier, which was the wheat gluten, nutritional yeast, brown sugar, garlic powder, onion powder, turmeric, parsley, thyme, and salt. And you put that to the side once you combine it or whisk it together. And then in your food processor, but I don't have a food processor, but I have a Ninja blender, which you'll see pretty soon. I just put everything into the blender and combined it that way and pulsated for at least 7 times. And it was perfect at that point for me. But you pretty much want to combine it until it is nice and chopped. Not finely, but nice and chopped. It doesn't have to be, you know, completely perfect. Or like a mixture.
It's gonna look funny and nasty, but you're gonna just keep mixing. I didn't add everything to it. See, now it starts to get a little dry. So I need to add the rest of the mixture. But I like to add a little bit at a time, just because you want to make this little dough ball that it's gonna form into. What's gonna go on? Now I think I have more mixture left in here, but I don't want to add it. Only because I like the way this dough is, or how it's forming. And if I add too much, it's gonna make it wet. And the more you use wheat gluten, you will know exactly what I mean. And those of you that aren't familiar, you know exactly what I mean. Okay, so it says if it's sticky, to add more of the mixture. This is not sticky to me. The consistency of this is actually pretty nice. And I can form it, you know. I actually like that. Okay, I'm gonna toss a little piece that just popped out. But yeah, so it says to put it on a plate. Okay, put it on a plate, a preheated oven, and then it says to form into a log. Now the book that I have is called Edgy Veg, and you can find it on Amazon. I'll have the link and everything in the description, and have the link to her YouTube page. So I'm just placing it here like it said, and I wrap this like a candy. So I guess I'm going to do it like this, and it says to roll it tightly. So let me do this. See if I can get my burrito skills. Oh, look at that. Yes. Going just like this, because that's exactly what she said. 2 cups of water. And then you'll add the bouillon. Now the bouillon, I actually had that earlier, so I'll show you that again, but I'll just use that. It says to use a powder. I have that, what I want to say. It's not necessarily a powder, but it'll work just the same. It'll be okay. If anything, it's just, I might use a little bit less of it because it's more of like a paste. More so than, oh, this looks good, y'all. Let me give you a lasagna. Yeah, that looks good. Eat!
So in a small bowl, combine the cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of water. So I'm glad I grabbed this little bitty thing. This is the cornstarch. This cornstarch was 89 cents. I was like, okay, cornstarch. I didn't know you were cheap like that. I've never bought you before. But I learned today that it was on 89 cents.
20 minutes to go, and we'll reach our hour. But the good thing about this is that although it's a whole hour for you cooking food, everything is pretty much done around the same time. So add my 2 cups. 2 cups of water. Now what I'm doing is kind of scraping the bottom of my pan to get all of that goodness, all that liquid gold down now. Just right there. About that. And about that. That's all I'm gonna use. That's a lot, but the recipe calls for that. And it says to do it a little bit at a time, but you know, sometimes I don't like following directions to the T. And it says to whisk it in here. Well, it's already looking like some delicious gravy. It's just real loose. It's real loose, but we're getting there. Still melting the butter. Oh, now the ice tray act like it has some sense. It's been working. Okay, bringing it down to medium low. And this is a simmer pan, so what I'll do is bring it down a little bit lower because my heat is really up high. With any other traditional stove, mine, I just have a power burner. So you know what, I'll just bring mine down a low because I just want to be safe than sorry. And then I can just add this. I don't know what it's going to do. Maybe it's going to thicken, helping it thicken up.
So right here, I was supposed to let the water reduce down about 1/3 of what it was, and then add my wine, and then let that reduce down, and then turn around to add the starch. But I did it at different times, but everything worked out, and it also thickened up. So learn from my mistake. Watch what you're doing and read carefully.
Oh my goodness. I know I keep saying this, I'm sorry. So I'm going to just continue to stir all of this up. It smells so rich and so good. I'll show you what it looks like too. Give me a boil. So I'm going to let it boil and then simmer it out. So it's going to be so liquid. Because it's supposed to be more of a liquid garlic.
Vegan mayo. Yep, 3 tablespoons of vegan mayo. And then I put some sauerkraut because I didn't have horseradish. So I got the sauerkraut. But I like sauerkraut anyway, so either way it went, it would have been good on the sandwich. And then I have the cheese too. That's coming up soon. So we almost finishing up. But this is the mayo that I use, just mayo. I really like this brand. The regular one tastes pretty darn close to authentic mayo, at least the type that I used to eat, because I used to eat the type that had olive oil in it. That was one of my favorites. But those come in different flavors, and like sriracha and all the different ones. And here is some provolone cheese. But that's when, a little bit later, once we toast the bread and all the good stuff and start to dress the sandwich. But let me chop this up, or cut it up, slice it up, so it can sit inside of the gravy for 10 minutes. And the gravy turned out bomb. I'm gonna cut it in half first. And then we're gonna slice it like that.
Oh my goodness. Yes, food. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm just coating everything. Hey, if it doesn't that look like real meat? Ooh. I'm getting excited. Although y'all can tell I was already excited before then. But let me get this. Get the bread ready. Now I didn't read this bread. Okay. So this is the bread that I bought or chose to get. Just regular Aldi brand, some wheat bread. And I didn't read the back of the label till just now, and so far it checks out good.
So after all of this time, it's time to eat. And I'm just ready to freaking dig in. Eating the cheese earlier. Stuck on my fingernail. Anyway.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so many flavors.
So good. Y'all probably getting hungry. I'm so sorry. But that's it in a nutshell. So feel free to subscribe, share, like this video, and give it a try. And definitely let me know. That's my baby butt, my dog. Shallot. But let me know some recipes that you might want me to try. I would love to try and see the things that you all have, you know, your favorites and stuff like that. I would like to try that out. Excuse me. Talk to you guys later. Thank you. Take care. Deuces.